Even everybody, SG Caper here. It's been a while since I made a video, and I picked up a couple things, and I figured I'd give my thoughts on them, and somebody out there might be interested. So here we go. I finally found the second wave of Final Faction figures. We have Lone Range Specialist Scope, Covert Ops Torn, and FDO Mech piloted by Churro. Now, these have been out for a few months at different spots around the country, and they just got to where I am in Connecticut in the last 3 weeks or so. And I figured I'd open them up, tell you what I thought. Let's start with Churro. Now, Churro is one that a lot of my friends are interested in. And here we go. So, the FDO Mech, Fido, and little Churro. Little Churro here has a vest on, and it actually says his name. You can get it in there. Very limited paint, nose, eyes, that's it. This is a little figurine that could use some paint. The Mech, very limited paint apps. Like most of the figures, everything seems to be molded in it. Some little yellow. It says FDO on the shoulder. Red for the eyes, yellow on the other shoulder. The plastic is the same quality as the rest of the figures. The legs are a little more bendable plastic, not used to that on this line. But the body is definitely that harder plastic. It opens up, and you stick little Churro inside there, and then you close it, and Churro controls the dog. Pretty good sculpting. It is large compared to, say, G.I. Joe. Here's a custom I have sitting here. It is very large. Right, and here it is compared to a robot dog that came with the core figures. I painted mine up to look like it works for the bats, Cobra bats. It's much larger by quite a bit. And let's see. Here it is compared to one of the dogs from the BBI. And here it is compared to a Marauders dog. So this thing is big. This is really big. And I've seen people using it with 6-inch figures. I happen to have my custom bat that I made out of a Justice League Cyborg figure. And this looks perfect with it. Like, this scales well with the larger figures. So if you like the big figures, if you're a collector of the big 6-inch figures, Churro will fit right in. In fact, painted up, I can imagine painting this up in bat colors, Cobra bat colors, and making it a bat dog for Cobra. And that said, Churro, being a Chihuahua, actually scales pretty well as like a Chihuahua with the big figures. Meanwhile, with the Joe, it's a really big Chihuahua. Right. So Churro, good figure, especially for $1. Can't beat it. I bought far too many of them. I do plan on painting up several of them in bat colors to go with my team of bats. So there's Churro and FDO. What's it say on the back? 7 for strength, 8 for speed, 5 for agility, stamina is a 3, durability is a 6, origin United States of America, steadfast, loyal canine companion. Churro's bite is every bit as bad as his bark. On the field of battle, Churro pilots the FDO Mech to protect his best friend from all threats. Weapon of choice, Churro's FDO Mech can be modified for flight or ground battle. After all, nothing is scarier than a flying chihuahua with guns. So, and that write-up, I want to point out, is more than we're getting on any of the current G.I. Joe lines. Yeah, well, you can see some points on here for adding accessories. You got 2 on the back, 1 on each shoulder. So you could put on different guns. Let me see if I can find any right here real quick. No. All right. Oh. Well, I found one of the little jets. So you can put the different accessories on your FDO Mech. The wings, the rocket boosters, all that stuff, to make it even more modified and customized. All right, on to the next. Torn, covert ops torn. Let's do the back first. Strength 4, speed and agility are 7, stamina and durability 4, origin unknown. Mysterious and stoic, Torn is an outside asset to Alpha Team. He appears out of nowhere like a ghost to aid in the battle against the Karn, before once again fading into the shadows. Weapon of choice, Troin prefers using his forearm blades when he can't get up close and personal. His unearthly service weapon does the trick. So, and we can see we have 6 more figures coming, it looks like. So we have the figure, which has a nice metallic type of paint to it. The paint on the face is terrible. That's just bad. That's like knockoff Chap May quality. What's neat about him is you can turn his head and reveal his other side, which also has very poor paint apps, but still a neat feature. You know, same basic 5 points of articulation as we expect from the line, points to add backpacks and whatnot. He also comes with a hood, which is probably going to be used by a lot of customizers. This is probably the hood I've waited the longest. This will work amazingly for Zartan. I see a hood like this, I think Zartan. So expect me to update my Zartan customs with that hood. He has blades that pop into the holes in his arms, which are pretty neat. It reminds me kind of a Razor Claw from the Valor versus Venom Joe line. I believe they were part of Valor Venom. They flip up, they flip down, and you know, that one didn't stay in as well. And you got a very futuristic looking pistol. I like that. That's a cool one. Great sculpt on it. Very simple sculpt, but the details where it needs. It's got some texturing on the grip. It's very nice. I like that. And he does have a holster. It's a slot holster, so it just slides in there. And that's another feature I like about this line, is they can hold everything they come with, which is something that some of the newer Joe figures just can't do. I do wish the hood stayed on a little better. There's a little hole here, a little peg. It looks like that's supposed to click in there, but it's not. It doesn't seat very well. That's a drawback, but not much. As always, really nice attention to detail in the sculpting. A lot of texturing on whatever the base layer he's wearing is, the straps. Lots of details on the straps. Even the bottom of the foot has detail. This one, I like this one. I like the sculpt on this a lot. Other than the head, I like the sculpt on that a lot. Looks nice. Compared to the Joe, they are short. They are on the shorter side. They are true 3 3/4 figures, so they do scale nicely with Star Wars, the current modern Star Wars line. Do I have any lying around? Easy access. They're like the same size, so perfect for your true 3 3/4 lines, like Star Wars. There you go. Great figure. And this one has more going on the back than the first series. The first series, they had paint apps on the front, and when you turned them over, they were just plain. There was nothing there. These, they did a little bit more on the paint apps, so that's nice. Great job on that. And that brings us to scope. Long range weapon specialist, strength 4, speed 5, agility 6, stamina and durability 4. Origins, mountains of East Asia. A long range specialist, Scope has the ability to keep all targets on the battlefield in his sights. Scope provides lethal cover fire for Alpha Team and always hits his mark. Weapon of choice, Scope is a master of long-range weapons. Using his tech rifle, Stormwatch's explosive rounds, Scope can always bring the rain. Alright, so we have Scope. Now, see, this one is one, like I was talking about, nothing on the back. Nice paints on the front, nothing on the back here. Well, whatever. Don't know what's going on with the face. You see that? Bad spray. There's some red on his chin. Yeah, not very good on the heads. The head got kind of a pea head, looks kind of squished. Sculpting on the bodies are great. Same 5 points. Accessories, there is a backpack that fits nicely on his back. He has a rifle. The rifle has a peg, and there's a hole on the backpack. And there's the rifle for storage. And he's got 2 of those slotted holsters, and he has 2 pistols. I also really like these. They are another set of techie sci-fi style pistols. I read somebody mention that they really like these, and someone else started yelling at them about how they weren't in scale with 4-inch figures. And the person who posted the picture was like, "Are you kidding? You know, not every gun, not every pistol is a hand cannon." It's like, well, I disagree. It was just a really stupid thing to disagree with. Here's a Alley Viper. And I'm going to say that's damn good in scale. You know, I even like that it has the open, so I can get his finger in there, get his finger in the trigger. That's great. So whoever that commenter was, you're wrong. They are in scale. They look fine. And quite frankly, not every pistol needs to be a giant hand cannon. There's compact and subcompacts, but this is probably would be in the compact, maybe. I don't know. He can hold everything. He looks good, other than that bad paint on the face. Great sculpting. He looks good next to the other figures. So there they go. There's the line. Hood doesn't want to stay on. There's his alien face. Giant dog works well with 6-inch figures. I'm going to paint mine up, a couple of them up to look like bats. Great base figures, good, decent paint apps, bad face paints, great accessories. Love the accessories. Even if the figures were trash, just the accessories alone are worth $1 to me. So we got a pistol, we got the arm blades, and we got the hood for $1. That's worth it to me. If I tried to buy that stuff off a caster, it'd be like $10. Same thing. We got a backpack that can hold the rifle and 2 pistols. Easily $10 in accessories from somebody who was casting things, and you get them for $1. The dog is cool. I'll paint one up so we can see the detail, because there is a crazy amount of detail in this little tiny thing. So I'll paint one up, look for that. And this is good. Different kind of plastic on the legs, a little rubbery. Same thing with the tail, a little more rubbery. The head and chest and the door are all that hard plastic. This is a little more rubber. And that's what I think. Great line. I can't pass them up. Whenever I go in the Dollar Tree, I pick up something. And yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be picking up a lot of scope for his accessories, and I'll pick up a few more torn for his, and go from there. All right, everybody, take it easy.